Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. Thanks to the team over at Show Z. Today we're taking a look at Robot Toys RT-D01. Lord Venatagon? Yeah, that's it. AKA a take on a masterpiece scale Beast Wars Scorponok. Now this one caught me a little bit off guard. Obviously we're used to companies like Transart giving us the Beast Wars figures, but Robot Toys are renowned for their Legends scale figures, and I think this one was just so good that they decided to do it MP scale. That is my understanding of how this came about. Quick look around the box, exactly what you would expect. It's pretty minimalistic. Yeah, let's crack it open. And here he is in all his glory. He is an amazing take on Beast Wars Scorponok. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Everything we need from a MP style Beast Wars Scorponok. It's lighter than what I've come to expect from some of the third party figures, but that being said, some of the Transart stuff is pretty lightweight. We do get some additional accessories. Let me just show you what we have. We have these additional floor pieces which we can switch out. We get these little bug that he had. Look at this. How cool is that? We get an alternative head. If we just bring in this one here just to compare, it's a much different sculpt. And if you're not a fan of the yellow eyes, you can basically, there's a couple of options. This is designed to rotate this section here, so we can bring that down, and that actually spins like so. So we can have those red evil-esque eyes here. I absolutely love how that looks, and we get this as well. And then we get these tail pieces which fill in. You don't necessarily need them, but it helps hold this section up here. It tabs in just up here. Look at how tidy everything is here. Love that sculpt. We also get two of these rockets as well, which sit inside his pincers. Gorgeous looking bot. Give you an idea of how he scales. Here he is alongside some of his Beast Wars comrades. That's perfect to me. I love it. And here we have him with the reissue of the G1, and we have him with Transform Element Scorponok, who I actually have in my G1 collection at the moment. I have that one, and I've got their Black Arachnia posed in my G1 shelf, because in theory this Beast Wars is kind of pre-G1 as well as post-G1, so it kind of slides in there nicely. But wow, how clean that is as well. I know Transform Elements is a little bit dated now, it's a few years old. We get a lot of die casts in amongst here, but just in comparison, just how clean everything is. I love that sheen. They've done such an incredible job with this. I love it. And then we have him alongside some Maximals as well, just so we can gauge the true size and how he'd fare against his foes. This little dude does come with an LED built in as well. I don't have the right battery, so I'll include the link to what you need below, but just pegs in on prime. There you go. Little things like that, isn't it? It makes such a difference. Let's cover his articulation, head, can look up and down, left and right. You do tend to knock this section untabbed if you lift the head up too high. You've got some butterfly joints on their shoulders. Lovely rotation on there, out to the side, rotation at the upper bicep. Double jointed bend on those elbows. There is wrist rotation, there's a wrist pivot, there's a joint here for rotation. Coming down to the waist, there is a rotation in there. There is an abdominal crunch as well, so you can really bring that forwards. We do have floating hip skirts, which can be moved. We have lovely ratcheted joints on those thighs. Rotation in there, not one, but two bends on the leg. This guy is jam-packed. Up and down there on the ankle. We've got some up and down on the heels. And we can pivot those left and right. The only thing we're really missing, if anything at all, is a rotation on the ankle, left and right as well. But I don't necessarily think we need one. To critique, maybe the A stance is too wide. We've got a little bit too much there on that ratchet maybe. But this is gorgeous. One of the nicest Beast Wars figures I've had in a long time. And I've had some great Beast Wars figures. Now let's not forget his tail. Now, with this section here plugged in, we do limit the downward motion. We still have all of these extra joints here as well, which can move. But with this section here removed, we do get much more downwards motion there as well. But it really does kind of clean and cover up the sprues and the screws. So let's just pop that back in for now. There we go. Pop these hands back in. All right. Should we get him transformed up? Now for the transformation, you want to bring these shoulders forward. I know they are on a butterfly joint, but this same butterfly joint also acts as securing this section in. This is going to come backwards, which allows this chest piece to come forwards like so. These are going to come untabbed. This is going to come untabbed like so. And you can see that we've got all of his legs stored away in there. I like that. That tidies up so well. We want to rotate this waist all the way around. Look at that. Just look at the joint in there. So much range. This here is all going to explode outwards like so, and like so. It's coming out of this groove. I love how this head looks. Let's lift this up here. It's on a single hinge, so this comes out to the side. That allows this head to come back in and into the torso. And then this is going to come back around, and there's this tab here, which allows the face to tab in. Now you've got these sections here. Like that. Come down like this. And I love the fact we have got moving eyebrows. It can do so much for the character. Look, angry, and they move the eyes as well that make it boss-eyed. So much character. I love it. What a genius little idea. And you can just amend from the back there as well. But I'm digressing. Fold these inner panels in, and then we are going to rotate the upper torso now. So we have something that looks like this. We've got the legs facing backwards, the torso facing the same way as the legs, but this entire middle assembly piece is now facing outwards. bring these panels down, and this allows this to extend. This is going to extend like so. This panel is going to unplug from here, allows this to drop. This here is now going to move these. Let's move these up. Let's move this up, just up and out of the way for now. And this should, he says, line up with this tab here, which seals that nicely on this back section. These tabs around the knees are going to come down and going to come down. These are going to come in. Front of the legs are going to come up like so. And it allows this to just clear like so and come in. This is then going to come out like this. These are going to rotate around like this, which allows this to come up, this to come up like so, and then it just kind of sits like that. I would like it to have kind of slid into the groove in there, but that's kind of how it sits. Let's just quickly do the same on this leg as well. Bring this one out like so, bring this section down. This one's then going to fold up on itself, slides through like so. This is then going to come in, push and tab. These are going to rotate, come on, round to come, like so. And this is going to come up, tab in, push in, and then this comes down and over the edge like so. You then want to rotate these legs so that the silver section points forward. Bend these legs over, make sure the tail section is just kind of between there. And if you see there's a slight hinge here, you want to try and get it so that these sections here are going to tab in together like so, so that when we bring this section up, make sure all these legs are clear. There's these two tabs here. It's probably the most tricky part of this, is lining up these two tabs. I like to move these out of the way so we can see what we're aiming for. Let's have a look. Come on. This side and this side. Oh, that's 1 and 2. Oh, there we go. And then bring these in over the top, over the front like this. So we're looking at this at the base here. This is going to come down. And then with this section here folded, this is going to come all the way down, minding the legs. And this is going to basically fold. And come on. There we go. Lock and tab onto the butt there. And then we can just maneuver all of these legs as we see fit. And in you go. And in you go. There, there, and there. Look how tidy that is. On the underside there, these sit nicely over these sections. I'm still not convinced that they should sit like this. I'm sure they should sit more flush, but I can't seem to work out how to do that. Maybe I'm missing something completely obvious, but that looks so good, doesn't it? Obviously we can switch out these for the larger ones if we see fit. Just ball mounted. There we go, look, size difference. like so. So let's switch this one out. It's not essential, you don't have to do this, but I do like the fact that they give us options, and then obviously we can just bring out those small cannon sections, or we can bring out that projectile that sits on primal. But that is in essence our gorgeous Scorponok. So there we have him, fully transformed up into his beast form. I am rubbish at posing things. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience at all. But yeah, you get the idea. He looks fantastic. I love the fact we can maneuver those eyebrows. Colours are absolutely sublime. I probably will end up getting a second one of these because the beast form is that nice. Or do I just keep my G1 style and have him in his beast form? I don't know. Bot mode, perfect, absolutely perfect. I mean, and the transformation isn't complex. It's just a little bit of twists and turns here, there, and everywhere. But all in all, absolutely adore him. I think he is a fantastic take. I know that Transart are no longer producing new figures, so I really hope that Robot Toys does continue along this line. Let's hope for something like an Inferno next. I'd love to have a bot there which calls Megatron His Majesty. Oh, just look at that. That is. I'm sorry, I'm going to bump you off here. That is absolutely awesome. Oh, let's give him an angry face. Excuse me, blocking out the light. Perfect. And here we have him with some other beasties. Cheetor's going to be involved there with the Predacons. I don't have many beast mode Predacons. I have two of most figures, apart from like the Transarts, which are mainly all Transmetal and Transmetal 2s. So yeah, these are kind of I don't really have many Predacons in their beast modes. I suppose we can bring in. There we go. We've got Ducky though. Anyway, I'll include a link in the description below where this can be purchased. Remember, if you do use Show Z, feel free to use the creator code BENZ, which does help support this channel. And until next time, from myself and the rest of the Collectibles household, thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.